Hello summoners and summonettes, it's Gordon here, and today I'm bringing you my 15k subscribers Q&A that I promised you all. So I'm going to go ahead and just start a random solo queue game in the background so you guys aren't bored to death, because I know I would be. But unfortunately it's not my own gameplay. For some reason LOL Recorder isn't really working, so anything is better than nothing in my opinion. So let's just go ahead and dive right into it. I split up the questions from league related and non-league related, and they're all just kind of jumbled together on a phone notepad I have here, so excuse the randomness, but I'll try and make it not too long for you guys here. I did grab almost every question you guys asked though, so I appreciate all the questions you guys did ask. So first up, we have, could you live without ramen and Log Horizon, which is pretty out there question, but out of college, no. I mean, yes I could. In college, no I could not, and hopefully Log Horizon actually makes a season 2, because that was actually a really good anime. So, good start with a pretty random question there, but second question, have you ever visited Europe, and what countries would you like to travel to? No, I've actually never been outside of the States besides Puerto Rico and Mexico, and if I did ever go to Europe, I definitely want to visit my heritage countries, being Scotland, Sweden, Germany, and Ireland. One, obviously for the food, because that'd be pretty freaking cool. Two, they got some pretty hot babes in Europe. Alright, next question we have, I know you have many jams, but what's your favorite song? Right now, probably one of my favorite songs is actually, I believe it's Boom Clap by Charlie XCX. It's a pretty new song on like mainstream, but it's my jam right now. But yes, like you said, I have tons of jams, rather. So that one, we'll actually group the next one with a more general question. And next one is, why do you decide to go into the culinary field of things? Well, I've always had a liking towards cooking, and really my mom kind of got me cooking a lot growing up, just because she always fed a family of 5 almost every night of the week while working, which I really admire that. So she had a bunch of influence on my liking for that. And then kind of going through high school, I'd actually never really taken a cooking class, and then just my last 3 years I took every single cooking class that my high school has to offer, and I got A's in every single one of it. And then I kind of was just like, damn, I'm actually pretty good at this, and I enjoy it, which is the one thing I really want to do when I grow up. Just be happy, honestly. It doesn't matter what I'm doing, just as long as I'm happy. So that's pretty much what started my the fire for culinary. And yes, I said that on purpose. Fire and culinary. I hate myself. I'll just stop. What languages do you speak other than English? I can comprehend Spanish pretty fluently, but it's been about 3 to 4 years since I've spoken it. I honestly would say I could have conversation with almost anyone in Spanish when I was actually studying Spanish in high school. So I took the highest level of Spanish that my high school offered, and I actually really liked that, so I'd kind of like to pick that back up. And if another language I'd want to learn, probably Japanese or Korean, just because of all the gaming stuff, and the Eastern civilization's pretty interesting to me. Next up, how did you meet your YouTube friends? So I actually met Spankin through Simus, or Corey as you guys probably know, and he's played with myself and Aaron and plenty of others on their YouTube videos, so he's just a really good friend of mine. I actually worked with Corey, I believe 2 years in high school on the football team together, so he just introduced me to Aaron, and then that kind of sprouted through everyone else in networking, and that's how I met Evan, Monk, Sebastian, and all the gang. So pretty much just through Corey, and then that started off a pretty good relationship with everyone else, which I'm pretty damn thankful for, actually. Next up we have, are you the real Slim Shady? Probably not, and I'm not even gonna try and be like him, because I don't want to shave my hair or make it blonde. I don't think I could rock that. Who inspired you to make videos? This one, I guess it's kind of league related, but outside of league as well. I was already actually making, surprising or not, I actually had another channel that I was uploading RuneScape videos to, and I just kind of made like highlight videos or montages, and I wasn't getting too much attention on it, but I just liked making it and editing all the videos and stuff. And then when I met Aaron, I kind of started watching all of his videos after knowing him, and I honestly didn't really know he was that big on YouTube until after like a year or so after knowing him. And then one day I was just like, do you think I could do this, Aaron? Because at the time, I want to say I was just breaching Diamond for the first time, and he honestly, I think he was the one who pushed me to kind of start commentating, because he honestly thought that I was a good player and he thought I could provide some good insight to you guys. So he was probably the main influence for me to start making League commentaries. How long do you think you'll make videos? As long as I enjoy gaming, honestly. If I end up moving on from League of Legends, which I doubt I will for at least 2 years or so, I will probably just continue to provide content on whatever game I'm playing, whether it be a MOBA, an MMO, or whatever I play. I think I could definitely make that work. So I don't plan on stopping making videos unless something crazy happens, like I lose all my fingers or something, or, you know, the world gets EMP'd and no one has internet. So I'm around for a while. Hopefully you guys are okay with that. What is your favorite meal for each meal of the day? Well, I don't really eat breakfast, so I would have to say no breakfast. If I did, I'd say bacon. Bacon itself is a meal, so I'd eat bacon for breakfast and only bacon. Lunch, what would I say? Damn, I didn't even think this question before. This one's stumping me. I like food too much. We'll skip lunch, and then for dinner we'll go with probably Brussels sprouts. Oh, I got lunch back. We'll go back to lunch. Tuna fish. I don't even care. Tuna anything. Tuna's OP, man. And then dinner, we'll say grilled salmon and Brussels sprouts. You can throw in broccoli there too, and then just potatoes. I don't even care. Potatoes and rice are probably my favorite food ever, and Brussels sprouts, so I could eat them on any meal. And I'm not going to go on, I could go on for that question for days, but I'm not talking about food in this Q&A. Alright, next up we have, do you and your brother live together? Yes, we do live together. He actually had an apartment, and then he moved back in with us about a few months ago. And we're actually in talks of maybe picking up a townhouse together with him and a few other buds of mine. If I don't move back to college, honestly. Because I did take a semester off of college, which I think we'll get into that in a later question as well. So yes, I do live with my brother, my mother, my dad, and my sister, actually. Describe your first kiss like Evan Andrew did in his. Alright. I don't remember how old I was, but I think I was in the age of 5 to 7-ish, and I think it was at a Super Bowl party, or maybe Christmas or something, but me and a lot of our family friends, we all got together for the holiday or whatever it was, and there was probably 10 to 12 kids around the same age group in a basement of my friend's house, and we were all playing Simon Says, and Simon said, "Kiss the girl on the lips to the left of you," and I'm a competitive guy, so I wasn't about to lose Simon Says, and I was the only one who did it, and it was just like a peck on the lips, and then everyone besides me and the girl I kissed ran upstairs screaming, "Connor and Sarah are making out, blah blah blah, like they're having sex," and the parents all rushed down, and we're just sitting there like not doing anything, and it was probably one of the funniest memories of my childhood. But I was Simon the next round, and you better believe that was probably the best game of Simon Says I've ever played in my life. That was a good day. Alright, moving on. Do you have a day job? Yes, I do. I actually work as a CSR for a Parks and Rec company called Active. And CSR is pretty much customer service representative, so I sit on the phone all day and help elderly people who are technologically impaired pretty much navigate camping websites and stuff so they can email their children while they're at camp. So it's a pretty easy job. Honestly, I have a lot of downtime, so I watch a lot of streams, so I can't really complain about it, but I'm very grateful that I got the gig. I think it's my 4th year in a row working it in the summer, and then when I'm at school, I actually work as a video coordinator for my university's football team. So again, just one of those jobs where you have a lot of downtime, like a lot of hurry up and wait, but then you can't really fuck up when you're actually recording because you only have one shot. So pretty fun jobs, honestly. I love them both, and I think they'll be the easiest jobs I ever worked in my life. So I'm very grateful for them. Moving on, college plans. Right now, I want to return in the next semester to Ball State University. That's where I'm attending college right now for hospitality and food service management. That's a pretty lengthy degree, but if all else fails, I'll probably just keep working part-time if I don't go back this current semester, and then just keep making videos, honestly. But I do eventually want to get a degree, and I'm actually thinking about minoring in culinary as well, because I did get accepted to a private college in Charlotte, North Carolina for culinary, and it's always interested me, but I never really got around to doing it. So college right now, it's on the back burner, but I definitely plan on doing something with it eventually. And next up we have, how old are you? I'm 20. Most of you probably already knew that, but if not, now you know. Do you have any piercings? No, I do not. I don't have any tattoos either, but unless they're gauges, I think piercing and tattoos are extremely attractive on a female, so ladies, now you know. Last, for the non-league related questions, we have, do you have a girlfriend? No, I do not at the moment. I have in the past. And are you a virgin? I'm not ashamed to answer that, and yes, I am a virgin. So, 20-year-old virgin. Alright, we'll go ahead and shift gears here to some league-related questions now that you guys submitted. So, first up we have, why do you have so many different accounts? I couldn't tell you why. I think over the time, actually, yeah, I can, what the hell? Over the time, I just kept ranking up Smurfs that I made, and they got to the point where, it sounds kind of mean, but like, I really have to put 100% in. Sometimes you just want to play a game and, you know, kind of chill. So I kept ranking them up, and then at the time, actually, when I did have a lot of Smurfs, I kept ranking them up, and then they'd get super high normal and ranked MMR. And then over the past 3 years, I've had a lot of real life friends of mine pick up League, so it made it really hard to play with them and kind of incorporate them into the game because they're pretty new to it. So the lower the MMR, the easier it was for them to learn. So I kept having to make new accounts to be able to play with them at a kind of newbie level. So that's the main purpose of all my accounts, and I think there's more on that in a later question, so I'll just move on for now. Favorite and least favorite champion? Favorite champion right now is Karma. I just love her. She's an absolute bitch, and yes, that was a play on words. She's just got a great kit, lots of utility, lots of damage. You can build her straight damage and just destroy. A lot of kiting potential, and she just, I don't know, man. She's just really fun for me. And yeah, I only picked her up this season. I hated her before. I don't know why, but this season she just really grew on me. Least favorite champion, Urgot. I think he's the monstrosity, the abomination. I'm slipping on my words here, of League. I just hate that champion. I don't even own him on my main, and I'll probably only make a video once of him. So when I do, you better damn well believe I better hella carry that game, because I just hate that champion for some reason. What do you use to record? I use Open Broadcaster software. You can just Google that exact words and download it. It's free to use, really noob friendly. Just YouTube a guide on how to set it up, and I stream with that as well. So there's an option to live stream or just record, and that's what I use. Really like the program, honestly, and especially because it's free. Next up we have, why do you like support so much, and what's your favorite champion for each role? So I like supporting a lot. Short and sweet answer is I just like making other people shine in the spotlight, honestly. That's kind of how I live my life, honestly, and supports do that a lot. So fave champ for each role. Top lane, who did I have? I actually thought about this one and I already forgot about it. We'll just say Nidalee, because she was one of the first champions I mained, even though I kind of suck with her now after her rework, but I haven't played too much of her to get back in the groove of things. Jungle, we definitely have Evelyn, because she is a bitch and people do not respect her ability to stealth and roam around the map and pick up kills. And I played a crap load of mid-Eve when that was actually a thing, believe it or not. In mid lane, we'll have Orianna, just because, obviously, that champion is a freaking beast. You can farm like a champion, and you can 1v5 if you're good enough with your shockwaves, so absolutely love Ori. ADC, I'd say Vayne. I am absolute trash at that champion, but she is so fun because, again, it's how well you play results in the game, pretty much. So lots of outplay potential with that champion, and then support, obviously Karma, just because she's my actual favorite champion in the game. And moving on, we have why'd you choose your name? So like I said in the non-league related part, I'm really interested in culinary, and at the time I started League, I don't remember what year it was, probably 2011, 2010, at the end of Season 1, that's when I started. I was watching a crap load of Hell's Kitchen back then, because I was, I think, 2nd or 3rd season at the time, and Gordon Ramsay's probably one of my biggest role models, so I just thought it'd be hilarious to name myself Gordon and just be screaming at people like he does in the kitchen in League of Legends. So next up we have, what was the first champion you ever played, and what was the first champion you actually mained? So first champion I ever played was Tristana, because she was one of, back when I joined, there's probably, I don't know, maybe not even 50 champions probably, so she was one of the free champions that week too, and I think I went 0-30 at the time because I played with my brother and all of his friends, and at the time I think most of them were platinum, if not gold, and platinum was actually the highest rank you could be in Season 1, and they did not let up on me at all. They just went 100% the first game I played with them, and I got trashed, but I'm damn grateful that I actually played with them because I think they accelerated the learning curve for me as far as picking up the game instead of just playing with other people who just started. So yeah, first game I ever played, I probably went like 0-20 and had like 10 CS probably. But the first champ I mained actually was Nunu. I think he was the second champion I ever played, and it was around Christmas time when I started. And I just loved Workshop Nunu because I picked that up before even playing him. I just bought that skin. I thought it was hilarious, and I probably played 100 to 200 games of only Nunu then. I would just go any lane because there wasn't really a meta back in Season 1. I'd build Leviathan, Soul Stealer, Rod of Ages, and just be a fucking nuisance, which is Nunu. God, there's another play on words, man. I'm too good without even realizing it. So next question we have is, what other games do you play other than League of Legends? If you watch my stream, you probably know I play some Hearthstone and some Osu, and every now and then I'll play like a Steam game like DayZ and whatnot, but for the most part I only play League of Legends, and then in the off time I play Osu and Hearthstone. And then I spend a lot of my other times just watching streams. If I'm not playing, I'm probably watching a stream, honestly. So right after this video, I'm probably going to go turn on a stream and just sit there. I love watching the game more than playing it, which I know a lot of you actually feel the same. So I don't know. I just always have something League related going on. And next up we have, what are your goals in League? I would have said, if I had applied myself when I was actually trying to go professional about half a year ago, I would have said go pro, and I think I kind of put that on the afterthoughts now, because I got the YouTube thing going for me now in part-time, and then going back to college, and I just didn't really want to dedicate myself to going pro anymore. So I definitely want to still remain a top tier. I'm still Diamond 1 right now. I definitely want to make a push to hit Challenger for the first time, but believe it or not, there's a huge disparity in skill from Diamond 1 to Challenger, and I just don't think I'm at that point yet. So eventually I would like to hit Challenger. But what else I have going for me, I'm actually the head coach of a team called XSNA, and the team itself is unranked right now because they haven't played on that team, but the actual team that they're playing on right now I think is the 20th ranked team in Challenger right now. So really excited to be on the head coach of that and just use my IQ, because yes, I guess you'd say I'm a good player, but I think I suck at the game. But I think I have a really good game IQ, so I'd like to use my knowledge to kind of burst that team into the scene. So as far as goals with that, I would definitely like to see a lot of us excess in the Pro-Ams, if not just go pro, because we have a really strong roster. And if you guys want more info on that, you can definitely just ask in the comments below, and I'll reply to that. So moving on, we have, what champion do you hate the most? Urgot, I don't know. Something about that champion pisses me off, but I mentioned that earlier, so I won't go on too long about that. How were you introduced to League? I think I mentioned on it earlier. My brother and all of his friends. I was kind of playing WoW probably for the 6th or 7th year of my life in a row, and they all started, some of them started from beta, I think, and when he first showed me it, I was just like, this game is awful, like the graphics suck, why would I quit WoW for this? And then I think a week later he just brought it up again, and he said, you know, I got a bunch of friends who are doing it, you could easily come in, it's a rather new game, so you could pick it up and then, you know, be one of the best if you wanted to. So I downloaded it, and damn, at the time I had a crappy computer, and I think it took me literally a day to download that game. So that's how I was introduced to League, and ever since I've had no life. So thank you, brother. And next up we have, do you need a good computer to play League? Which I kind of just said that in the last question. I don't think so. I had a potato for the first 2 seasons that I played League, and it's honestly not about the computer. I'd more say it's about your internet connection, and as long as you have stable ping, even if you have like 100, 150, as long as it doesn't spike, you can play on that. For the first 2 or 3 years, I played on 150 ping, and never really saw a problem with it. So the better ping you have, obviously, the more responsive it can be, but there are people in Challenger who have like a 7-year-old computer, so I don't think that's a good reason to say that's like why you're being held back and whatnot. Alright, next up, how many accounts do you have? This kind of goes along with the Smurfs question that we had. I'll just try and think of them off the top of my head, but I have Gordon Ramsay, Too Hard to Choose, Sailor, Pluto. Those are both my D5 Smurfs. Actually, one of them is D3 now. We have Rabid Death Guy. We have Gordon is Cool, so there's 5. And then I have one that I'm leveling up still, which is Earth's DDF. That was kind of a random account, so 6. And then I know I have 2 on EU, so 8, 1 on Oceania, so 9. And then I have another account that I don't know the info to, so we'll just say 10. And I probably have more accounts that I forgot, but I have 10 accounts at least for League of Legends. I feel like a hoarder, man. But whatever, so at least 10, probably more, that I can, if I can remember them. Next up we have, are there any champs you will never play? I'll play that champion probably once and never play him again. Even if he's in the meta, I don't even care, man. That champion just pisses me off. Next up we have, how come we can't see your key bindings in your videos? And actually that's because I have my settings set to smart self-cast, which pretty much, no matter where you click on screen, if it's not on another champion or a minion, it's going to cast the spell on yourself. So I find that really handy for like Karma Shields and Nidalee Heals, where you don't have to precisely click on yourself to do it. You can just click anywhere and pop the spell or whatever it is. So that actually, for some reason, I don't know why, but it blanks out the boxes. So it looks like I have no key bindings, and you guys are probably like, what the hell? But for key bindings, I just use QWER, and then I use T and Y for summoner spells. And then if you want more into everything else, I think I've posted it on some videos. But again, just ask me below, and I can get that answered for you. Next up, we have, where did you first place in the first season? Well, excuse me. I guess I'll just go through everything, every season. I think season 1, I finished bronze at like 1100 elo, I want to say. Season 2, I actually finished with, this is back when they had top rating and current rating, and my top rating was like 1520, which was gold, and then my current rating was 1499. So I had a silver border all of season 3 because I was 1 elo off of a gold border, so I looked like a scrub. And season 3 was the first season that I actually branched into diamond, so I went from silver, what would have been silver 1 to diamond 1 in a season. So that's a pretty big disparity there. That's probably when I saw a lot of my growth and kind of took League really seriously. And like I said, I was silver at the end of season 2, and then start of season 3 I actually placed in gold 1, I believe, so maybe gold 2, I'm not too sure, but I placed pretty high gold, and then from there I went plat and diamond. And then 2 more questions left. We have you always been a support main? No, I have not. Season 3, middle of season 3 was the start of when I actually started maining support. I always played it and loved it, but I was actually a mid main for a while, maining Nidalee and Jace, and probably AP Tristan I think was in there as well. So then I realized I sucked at the game and moved to support. So we have last question we have, if you could be any champ IRL, who would you be and why? This one's easy, and all I have to say is Ezreal, because you don't need a map, so you don't need it. If you think about this, you don't need a guide to anything in life, and you can just live life and be content. And then with his moves, who wouldn't want to blink around and shoot shit out of your hands? And then he's a fabulous dancer, so that's why I would be Ezreal. And I believe that wraps it up. That was quite a long list of questions, but again, guys, I appreciate you sitting through all of this. And if you do have any other questions that I didn't answer, definitely post them in the comment section below, and I will definitely answer them, or just Facebook or Twitter me them. I always respond to that probably within a few hours if I am on top of it. So again, I appreciate you guys stopping by and all the support you've given me. Just hitting 15K subs, that's pretty freaking huge if you think about it. That's like 3 of my high schools, which you guys are probably like, what the hell, 3? But yeah, I went to a pretty damn big high school, so I think there was like 4,400 of us. Yeah, so again, thanks guys, and I will see you all later.